with cancer, it's a very treatable disease if it's treated correctly, and you never take one opinion. When I first started having pain and I knew that something was wrong, I went in to see my doctor and he said, "Chris, you're running too much. Nothing's wrong with you. Ice and Advil." Out the door. Went back in 2 weeks later. "Chris, you're running too much. Take ice, take some ibuprofen." Out the door. And finally I had to tell him after four weeks, I told him, "You're going to have me, I'm going to go in for more tests, and you're going to schedule them for Monday, the day after my race." And he swore up and down, "There's nothing wrong with you." He couldn't have been more wrong. The first urologist that I went to see, he put no thought into my life after cancer. I think that's because in his mind there was no life after cancer. At least that's the way that I like to think about it. As far as fertility issues, it was, let's get the cancer out of your body as quickly as possible. Once I began to meet with other doctors, that was definitely part of the discussion that we had, not only as I educated myself about what I was going to be going through and what that meant to me in my treatments and the outcome, but also as I met with, I think, more competent doctors. Fertility is definitely one thing they all brought up and said, "Listen, you need to go take care of that, because when you do get better, when you do make it through this, it might be something in your future that you're going to want to have taken advantage of now." Well, when I was done with my treatment, my doctor and I met, as we always did, before and after each of my treatments. And the week before my last scheduled treatment, he had told me that my tumor markers, my alpha-fetoprotein levels were well below what they needed to be for me to be considered in remission. And he told me, all you have to do is come back in next week, go through that last regimen or last round of treatments, and you'll be done. And that's kind of how it was. I mean, I walked out of there the last day, and the doctor wiped his hands, pushed me off, and said, "All right." For me, at least, it was go back to college, go back to school, and there was never really any thought of educating me or giving me support to figure out how do I get back into my old life. Because really, the way I looked at it was, my old life, the old person that I was before cancer, was the type of person I never wanted to be that person again, because I found that the experience had molded me into a different and better person. My name is Chris Crichton, and I am a 7-year testicular cancer survivor.